Hi, les habla Gloria Estefan, and you're connected to Lale Sports. Yeah.
This is Mario Chalmers, and you're watching Lale Sports.
Hey, this is Joe Rose from NBC6 Sports, and you're watching Lale Sports, the best in the business. They're good.
How you doing, everybody, and a very good evening. Welcome to another special edition of Lale Sports, live from Lale Sports Complex at the City of Homestead. And if you're listening to the music behind me, it's because it's party time here at the complex. A lot of teams from Latin America saying hello, welcome, especially from Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Nicaragua, Panamá, and also Honduras. Y vamos a hacer algo especial esta noche, porque ya que hay tantos equipos presentes aquí de Latinoamérica, pues esta noche vamos a hacer algo diferente. Vamos a hacer este programa bilingüe. No solamente yo, pero más adelante me va a acompañar el director del Departamento de los Deportes, una de las personas responsables por todo esto, Henry Villar, y también mi bella colega, una gran amiga, Melissa Hernandez. So coming up, we're going to be joined by not only Henry Villar, where we're going to be talking about what's coming next, which is the second annual Lale Summer Baseball Classic, but also I'm going to be joined by my colleague, my beautiful colleague and good friend, Melissa Hernandez, and she had the task of interviewing all the Latin American teams that made themselves known here at Lale Sports Complex at the City of Homestead. But first, we're going to start at the beginning, where it all started. July 22nd, a rainy evening, but we got done, we got through it. And we're talking about the opening ceremony. Watch this.
Se pare otra vez, que se vuelva a parar, que se pare dos veces, pelotero la bola. A todos les gusta jugar con la bola. Yo tengo un sobrino que juega la bola. La bola, la bola, la bola. Ay, mira, pelotero, que se pare la bola. Que se pare otra vez, que se vuelva a parar. Pelotero la bola. A todos les gusta jugar con la bola. Yo tengo un sobrino que juega la bola. La bola, la bola, la bola. Ay, mira que sabroso que juega la bola. Caballero, la bola, la bola. Oye, Luisito, que suena el timbal. Ay, mira qué rico que viene la bola. Oye, bueno que baila la bola. Ay, pelotero, la bola, la bola. Y los sobrinos jugando a la bola. Ay, mira, pelotero, que se pare la bola. Que se pare otra vez. Que se vuelva a parar. Que se pare dos veces. Que se pare otra vez. Que se pare tres veces. Que se pare 10 veces.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
En estos momentos le queremos dar la bienvenida al creador de todo esto. Sin él, esto no es posible. We definitely want to welcome the one and only John H. Ruiz. Un fuerte aplauso, por favor. Fuerte, fuerte, fuerte. There you go. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Renee, Melissa, bienvenidos a todos. Venezuela, Panamá, Nicaragua, Puerto Rico. Todo el mundo, hagan bulla. Bulla. Primero de todo, gracias por venir al complejo de Homestead. La Ley Sports hace alrededor de más de un año comenzó con este proyecto para poder darle la luz que a estos muchachos les hace falta. Exactamente lo que hace la Ley Sports es proveer estadísticas y juegos en vivo. Como ustedes ven, estos muchachos juegan como si estuvieran jugando en las grandes ligas. Todo, desde todo detalle, de bolas, strikes, averaje, todo se está calculando en todas las pantallas que ven abajo. Ustedes pueden ver todo esto por un iPhone, Android o su computadora. Específicamente con respecto a lo que es el video, www.lalaysports.com. Ahí pueden ver los juegos en vivo, alta definición. Las cámaras que nosotros usamos son las mismas cámaras que se usan en las grandes ligas. Así que van a tener la experiencia todos los muchachos como si estuvieran en las grandes ligas. Le quiero dar las gracias a todos los que trabajan en la organización que hacen todo esto posible, todos los empleados de la Ley Sports y obviamente ustedes los padres que apoyan a sus hijos. Esto es fundamental.
As you can see, that was an incredible opening ceremony that took place here at LaLaye Sports Complex at the city of Homestead. We were all good sports. We all got soaked, but we all got through it. All the teams were good sports, so we had a good time. It was a pretty good time. Melissa, I'm now going to be talking about it. Como pueden ver, todo el mundo, la verdad que la pasó muy bien en esa apertura, específicamente todas aquellas personas que dijeron presente, cientos de personas que dijeron presente en ese día de apertura. Y ahora sí, lo que les prometí, una entrevista con una de las personas responsables por atraer a tantos equipos aquí al complejo de la ley en la ciudad de Homestead. Now, I want to introduce you to one of the people responsible for bringing all this together, working behind the scenes. We hardly get to talk to him, but tonight I actually got to get him to come in camera. This is Henry Villar. He is the sports director, obviously, for LaLaye Sports. First of all, thank you very much for joining me here and your thoughts on everything that's taken place, especially now during playoff week. Yesterday were the quarterfinals, tonight, Thursday, the semifinals, and tomorrow night, the big championship game right here at the stadium.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and it's been wonderful. It's been incredible. We've had Panama, we've had Nicaragua, Puerto Rico, and all the international countries really be represented. It's been incredible competition. We've had all sorts of age groups from 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16, and 18. And like you said, we're going to be seeing who the champion of all those categories is tomorrow, and everybody's well represented, even the U.S.
Were you guys surprised? I asked John last week, and I wanted to ask you of all the teams and the incredible participation of all the people walking through these doors. Were you surprised, or this is exactly what you expected? Mind you, this is only the first tournament that we have really put together.
Well, it's been unbelievable. Our whole entire team has been incredible, from our security level guys all the way up to you guys in the production, and everybody involved in this program has been exceptional. And the sense of excitement through the Latin American countries, and the sense of excitement of all the kids, and the smiles that it's bringing to all the faces of all these kids that are experiencing the high definition live streaming to all these foreign countries, that their family members that probably will never be able to step foot in the U.S. is being able to experience has been unbelievable, Rene.
You know, Henry, one of the images that really stays on my mind, and I shared it with my producer Alexis and my cameraman Ben, and even with my colleague Melissa, is that the first day that I saw when 2 games were over from Panama and a team from the United States, both teams came together and they started taking pictures and shaking hands. So it was really an emotional thing to see. I have to say it that way.
Yeah, it definitely brings chills to your body. To
yeah, it really does.
Kids, they're all kids. This is sport. This is why John Ruiz put this together, is to keep kids from all over the world off the streets and learning the sports and learning through sports. And this is a prime example. I mean, I get chills through my body when I see kids of such young age with the big smiles on their faces and just intermingling with every other country, and they're just here to have a great time. What
has really impressed me the most about the Latin American teams, I'm talking about, you know, the ones that you mentioned, Puerto Rico, Nicaragua, Honduras, Panama, if I'm forgetting one, Venezuela, the intensity which they came to play with, and really at the same time having a good time. So it's a very big, big difference, but with a lot of intensity. They really want to win this.
Absolutely. Not only that, but all the fans from the area that are coming on to cheer these countries on.
They give it that Latin flavor, man.
They give it that Latin taste and that Latin flavor. And there's a lot of, they want to represent their country well, and they've done a great job at it. A lot of teams have done real well, and we're just excited because this is just going to grow and grow and grow with every year that goes by.
Before we move on to the second annual Summer Baseball Classic, which starts in a week, and that's going to be exciting because we're talking about 80 teams. Tell me a little bit about the team that works with you, because we really have to recognize them because they've been working round the clock.
Oh, it's what can I tell you? I don't have enough time on the show to mention everybody, but the entire La Ley team, from our sales to our production to our crews on the fields to everybody in the office. Without them, none of this would be possible, and obviously it's a credit to John Ruiz and the type of team that he's put together to make this dream come true.
I have a surprise question for you at the end of this, and I'm going to throw you a little curveball, but it's something that you could handle. Tell me a little bit about the second annual Summer Baseball Classic, which starts in about a week. Vamos a comentar ahora del segundo año consecutivo que se va a estar llevando a cabo el torneo del verano de La Ley. El año pasado fue en la Universidad de Miami y en otros diferentes parques. Esta vez la diferencia es que es bajo un mismo techo. The difference this year is that it's under one roof. How exciting is that?
No, it's completely exciting. It's our second year and we're almost sold out now. We have a few spots left and al mismo tiempo estamos muy contentos del resultado del segundo año porque estamos completamente casi ya llenos para los 80
when
equipos.
When you say sold out, to give a perspective of how many teams are we talking about?
Over 80 teams, 80 equipos.
So that must be exciting, that the turnout is going to be amazing.
Yeah, y todavía van a haber países de Venezuela que se están quedando, equipos que participaron esta semana que se van a quedar para la próxima semana, y equipos que vienen de Venezuela otra vez. So we're still going to have that Latin flavor taste coming from Venezuela in this next week's tournament as well.
Tell me a little bit about the second annual Summer Baseball Classic, the teams, the age categories, what sort of like the rules are going to be a little bit so people would have an understanding of how it's going to be ran.
Well, it's going to be a regular tournament just like everything else, and it's going to be our second annual Classic like the last year's Summer Classic.
Time limits as well on the games?
Time limits on the games.
All right.
Everything run just like USSSA rules are going to be in place, and we're going to be having different categories. We're going to have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 and 18, which is more ages so that more kids can participate.